Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. We are live right now. It's 8:02, and this is Papa Dank. And I guess I forgot to pay my light bill because it's kind of dark in here. Just teasing. I didn't turn it on. All right. Before we bring out Nurse Micah, I want to just say that I have applied. Hopefully, I get accepted to be an ambassador for Prime. Ambassador Dank, who knows? Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But either way, I still love Prime drinks as well as the energy drinks. All right, without further ado, I'm going to bring out my very special guest. The lights came on. The one and only Nurse Mika. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I hope I said your name right.
It's actually Mika, but I'll
Mika.
answer
Okay.
anything.
Awesome. I love the southern accent. I like it.
Oh,
Cool.
thank you.
Where are you from? What part of the country?
I'm from a little small town called Man, West Virginia. It's
Oh,
about an hour and 20 minutes from Charleston, West Virginia.
Gotcha. All right, awesome. Actually, we'll start with this. Tell me about how you fell in love with professional wrestling.
My first memory of it was just sitting. I was probably 3 or 4, just sitting around as a family.
Mm-hmm.
This time it was the Attitude Era, so it was Stone Cold, it was The Rock, and I loved it. I was just like, this is so much fun.
Right.
And then I just grew up and gradually just got more and more love for wrestling.
Who was your favorite in the Attitude Era?
The Rock. Yeah.
How can you not love The Rock? Even at his worst, he was still the best.
Oh, yes.
All right.
So now
you grew up.
it was kind of like a little divide. Like you had me and my dad who loved The Rock, and my sister and mom, they were Stone Cold fans. So it was a little divide in the family.
That could cause some problems in the household.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go into you grew up watching wrestling, which is great because I did the same thing. And then you decided, hey, let me be a professional wrestler. Where did you go to school and who were your trainers or mentors during that process?
I still actually go to the Power Slam Academy. It's in Nitro, West Virginia, which is right around Charleston. Mm-hmm. And the head trainer there is Chance Profit. And then the second trainer is Jason Kincaid.
Okay. All right. So as you're going through training, what were some of your thoughts going through that?
Oh, wow. Like
man, this is tough, or yeah, I got this, you know?
I come from an athletic background, so that helped. I was a volleyball and basketball player in high school. So, but it was just so different. Like the ring is really loud. Mm-hmm. I guess going to events before, I never really registered how loud the ring was. So it was kind of startling at first. Uh-huh. And I, of course, hit my head when I first took my bumps. So the rolls were funny because I'm like, I don't think I can roll backwards like that. But I ended up getting used to everything and pretty quickly, too. So I'm really thankful for that.
Okay, awesome. All right. Now that you've finished training, right? Your first match.
Still do it 2 days a week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you still continue training. But for the most part, I mean, either way, you graduate and you have a first match, right?
Right. Yep.
All right. So tell me about that first match. Who was your opponent and what was some of your thoughts or emotions going through that match?
It was wonderful. I wrestled Shauna Reed, and she was incredible. Like, she knew it was my first match. She communicated with me extremely well out there. All around, just I could not have asked for a better match. Like, it made me like, okay, I'm ready to do this like every day now.
All right. Were you face or heel?
I was a heel, actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Have you been both?
I've been both a lot. I go pretty much back and forth between babyface and heel.
What's your favorite?
I like babyface.
Okay. All right.
Which is funny because when I first started, I'm like, nah, I'm a heel. I'm meant to be a heel. And then a couple promotions is like, hey, we need a baby face. And I go out there and be a baby face. I'm like, wait, I like this.
What do you like most about babyface? The comparisons between, obviously, heel is heel. But what for you, what is the best part about being a babyface?
Getting the crowd behind you. Like just hearing the chants and like, if I'm in a rest hold and I'm working up and just hearing them chanting for me, that's so fun to me.
Okay, awesome. Well, that'd be fun to me too.
Yeah.
but nobody cheers for me. All right, let's go into favorite opponent you've had.
Favorite opponent?
And why?
Probably well, let's see. I'll do a tie here between three.
Okay.
So I love Ari Alexander. We have good matches every time we're together. I adore Danny Moe as well. And then I had a match with my trainer, Jason Kincaid, here recently, and I could not have asked for better. That was amazing.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Well, if you're finding your trainer, it's like someone obviously you respect. As,
Oh, yeah.
You know, they trained you. So I saw kind of like a match like that up here in Long Island between Chris Statlander and her trainer.
I love Chris Statlander.
Oh yeah.
He's great.
I met her when she wasn't even wrestling. She was just managing. She was a manager. And then she went to where she went to and got to where she got. But yeah, she could. Good. Hello, Herb. How are you, sir? Just so you know, Herb is a booker in the St. Louis area.
Okay.
So look, Herb, I'm finding new talent every day. All right, let's go to opponent you want to wrestle that you haven't wrestled in the indie scene.
Ultimate indie scene. Okay. Let's see. Tessa Blanchard.
Okay. Why?
Yeah.
Why do you want to wrestle her?
She's talented. That girl can work.
True. I agree with you. All right. But you'd have quite the match. All right, let's go into favorite gimmick match you've been in.
Gimmick match.
Herb says send them my way. If you're in the St. Louis area, that's where Herb is from.
Okay, awesome.
All right, NWA was started over there.
Yes, awesome.
Where he's worked. So, all right, Herb, I'm sending you talent. All right, favorite gimmick match you've been in.
So I did I was a heel, and the person I was with was just kind of always like, causing problems with me. Like, it was a tag team match, and the person I was teaming with kept just causing problems. Like, anything I went to do, like, they were just a disturbance. And it was just fun and relaxing. So I enjoyed that, because normally I'm like, very concentrated, and I was just having a really good time out there. So that comes to mind.
Awesome. All right. How about gimmick match you would like to be in that you haven't been in? There's a lot of good ones out there.
There is a lot of good ones. Let's say I don't do many of them, so I'm honestly at this point open for all of them.
Okay. All right. You know what I like to see come back? A classic one. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, Bobby the Brain Heenan, right? Does that name sound familiar?
It does.
Okay. He had a match. It wasn't him, actually, because he's the manager. But there was a match with the Ultimate Warrior, and if he bit his opponent, he'd have to put on this weasel suit in the ring. I thought that somebody needs to bring that back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Herb, make it happen in your promotion. All right, let's go into favorite venue you've wrestled at.
It's between two. New South Wrestling in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. It is. I'm currently their women's champion. It's such a nice little venue. I love it there. And then just recently I did Pro Wrestling Conquest in Charleston, West Virginia, and it was so much fun.
Okay. Any AEW work?
No.
Not yet?
None yet.
Has there been some have they been around there where you can actually go and
They were in Charleston, but I ended up having a match in Kentucky the night that they were there. So
okay, all right. Do you know who to reach out to?
Yeah.
Do you know who to reach out to in AEW?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
I know too, so that's what I was wondering. All right, let's go into what you expect in the future. Do you want to travel? Like, do you want to go to UK, Japan, Mexico, anything like that?
Yes, absolutely. Would love to be in Japan. That's the ultimate goal.
Okay. What drives you to go over there?
I love strong style.
Strong style wrestler, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
just I love all the products that New Japan puts out. Pro Wrestling Noah, like
Okay.
it's absolutely a dream of mine to go to Japan.
Anybody stick out to you that you would want to get in the ring with?
Um, let's see. Gosh, all of them. Everybody
Oh,
sticks out. Like,
bring
just
them
give
all
me,
on.
yeah, give me
Okay,
anybody.
that's good. That's good. All right, good, good, good. Any thought about the UK? Maybe heading there someday.
Um, I would absolutely be open for it for sure.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
Hmm.
There's some good promotions out there as well. Um, okay, let's go into hobbies. What are some of your favorite hobbies you like to do outside of wrestling? Do you watch TV, read a book, music?
The TV I watch is wrestling. I do enjoy
Okay,
going to the gym, lifting weights, and
okay.
then I do love concerts. I was a huge concert junkie all through nursing school,
Uh-huh.
so the pandemic killed it. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's back now, so I catch
it's
a
back.
show every now and then when I'm not booked on the weekends.
Who is your favorite concert you've been to so far?
Favorite concert ever? Papa Roach puts on a great show every time I see him, and then I enjoy Machine Gun Kelly as well. He's
Oh,
really
okay. All right, good, good.
yeah.
Last concert I went to was, don't laugh at me, Mark Anthony at Madison Square Garden.
That's fun. I would love that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I didn't know you were into some Spanish music then.
Yeah, not just his American stuff. You know
Oh,
the
yeah,
hits.
yeah.
You know the American hits.
The American hits. Got it, got it,
Yeah.
got it. All right. If I bump into Mark one day, I'll tell him to come down there and do some American hits for you.
Oh yeah, down here in southern West Virginia, where pretty much everybody's a country fan.
He comes out. Actually, he used to live out here in Long Island. So I'm a manager at Walmart. That's my day job. I'm not podcasting, and I missed him by one day. I had that one day off because we were working 6 days a week,
Mhm.
and I had that one day off, and they're like, "Oh, Mark Anthony was here. He was here with his bodyguard." I'm like, "Oh crap! Why all the good ones got to come when I'm not there?"
I know all the good stuff happens, out of
I
the
know when you're never at work. Now, do
hmm
you do nursing too?
Yes. I don't work the floor anymore as a nurse. I'm actually a nursing professor at a
Oh, okay.
community college, so
Oh, awesome. So you
I
teach
absolutely
classes.
love it. Yep.
That's awesome. All right, good, good. All right, let's talk about. All right, there's a thing in wrestling that happens. It's called ribbing. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Excellent. Good, good. What has been the best rib that someone has played on you, and one that you have played, if any?
Oh, I haven't done any myself.
Okay.
But as far as me, it was always like opponents. Like, oh, you're gonna wrestle this person
Right.
today, and I'm like, wait, really? Are you serious? Like, that's so exciting. They're like, nah. I'm like, why'd you have to do me like that? They're small ribs, but it's
Uh-huh.
still like, oh my gosh, my hopes are up, and then straight
And
down.
shot down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Just be careful. Someone might come after you, and now that they might be watching this podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
I got eyes in the back of my head now.
hide your gear because that's a big one.
Yes. I have panic attacks about my gear all the time anyway. I'm like, man, did I leave a wristband somewhere? Like, I'm always panicking.
All right, let's talk some wrestling TV since you brought it up. Which promotions are you watching?
Currently, I absolutely love AEW. It's
Okay,
one of my favorites. And then New Japan.
New Japan. Okay,
Yep.
all right. What are some of your favorites in AEW
Um,
that maybe you were like, hey man, I'd like to wrestle them someday?
yes. Females, Britt Baker and Chris Statlander, two of my absolute favorites. And then male would be Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. I think they're easily the two best wrestlers in the world.
Kenny Omega is just so amazing.
He
I mean,
is.
I followed Daniel Bryan's career in WWE because I was a big WWE guy, and then I I knew of Kenny Omega, but I didn't like watch anything of his. And once I started watching AEW, I was like, holy cow, this guy is freaking fantastic.
Yes, so talented.
So very talented.
Mhm.
Did the New Japan stuff, obviously, Bullet Club and all that stuff. And I was just like amazed by his work style. It's crazy.
Yes, he's incredible. I probably watch a match of his or Brian Danielson's every single day to study.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would too if I was in, a wrestler, which I'm not, but but I would definitely focus on Daniel Bryan and Kenny Omega. They're definitely tearing down the house. What do you think of MJF?
I love MJF.
He's so mean though.
He is. He's a wonderful heel.
Probably arguably one of the best right now.
Absolutely, yes. His mic
Actually,
skills,
I would
wonderful.
say he's one of the best right now. Like in the now, who's wrestling now?
Yep,
I would
for
say
sure.
he's one of the best. I mean, Roman. Obviously Roman is Roman, but like I think MJF has some like a better heel than
Yep,
Roman.
I agree. I,
I mean, that's just my opinion.
yeah, I think he'll probably even go down as one of the best heels of all time.
Definitely
Yep.
one of the best of all time. And I'll give you a quick MJF story because he's from out here from Long Island.
Mhm.
So I went to one of the Creative Pro shows, which is where he trained, right? And this was before AEW, but he was definitely getting popular. Like he was doing all these other things. And I see him walking around like, "Hey, can I take a quick picture with you?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, $5." Like with the MJF look. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
$5. All right, hold on. All right, here's $5. And he's like taking the picture, and you should see his face. His face is like,
Oh my gosh.
but he is that person. Like he lives it 24/7.
Yeah. He's like
So
he reminds me so much of Ric Flair. Like he is
right,
the gimmick. Like there is
right,
no, I know Ric Flair said there's no anybody but Ric Flair. Like
right,
he
right.
doesn't even know his,
His
other
true self,
personality.
right? He
Yep,
just
and that's
knows.
MJF.
He just knows I'm Ric Flair. And MJF is in the same
Yes.
thing.
Yep.
He's living his gimmick, kind of like. Did you watch Elvis?
I did.
Austin Butler.
Yep.
He lives that character. He lived it
Mhm.
so much. He still talks like him.
Yep.
What 2 years later after he filmed this movie, he still talks like Elvis.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's crazy how that happens too. Like with Heath Ledger and the Joker, like he got way too into his character as well. So I
right,
know
right.
it's definitely something our trainers like, you have to separate it. You have to, when you
Is
go home, you can't be your gimmick.
is that what they tell you?
Yeah, that's what Chance Prophet, my trainer, had told me.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
think MJF listened.
Nope, not at all.
But you know what? Look at where he is now.
Yeah, that's true.
AEW's world champion.
Yep.
And he's actually going to do the next Creative Pro show out here in May. He's
Oh, that's
advertised.
awesome.
Yep, the
That's super cool.
AEW World Champion is going to be at this indie show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and it amazes me. Like Jay Lethal's on the show that I'm on Saturday, and I'm like, that is just so cool because before that was unheard of.
Absolutely,
It was
never,
absolutely unheard of. So
never.
it's really cool.
And in WWE, you can't do that,
Yep.
even to this day. So that's what I like best about AEW is that they let their talent, do what they need to do, within reason.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously you can't be like, oh, all right, I'm going to WWE and do WWE stuff. But they let them go like to New Japan and well, they have a good relationship with them,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll cross over with Impact and all that stuff.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I
I think
love it. I absolutely love, just I feel like AEW has such a respect for all wrestling companies and independent scenes. So that makes me really drawn to them.
absolutely. I mean, if I was an indie guy, I would definitely try to go to AEW first
Yeah.
before anything. And I know everybody says the dream is WWE, but I don't think that's going on right now anymore. The dream
Yeah,
is not WWE. It's not. It's where the best place is that you can develop your persona.
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, do you think you will ever get into that live the gimmick phase?
Lord, I hope not.
Is your heel that heelish?
Yeah, she's a brat. Like she's a brat, and she just thinks she owns the place.
Uh,
Like the best thing to ever walk the earth. And Micah is not. I'm
uh-huh,
very humble, kind of laid back. I'm not very
uh-huh.
outspoken. I can be quiet on the quieter side sometimes, which
Right.
wrestling and teaching has brought that out of me. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely not like
How did
I'm better
you
than you.
okay. How did you go from that part of your life to the character? Like, how did you develop it like that?
um,
That you can
so
say, "Man, I don't like that. I don't like being that character," but it's a
yeah.
part of you. You know what I'm saying? So how did you go from the
Mhm.
person that you are to that character?
I want to say, and I say this is my reasoning behind it. I was like, I was such a nice person. Like I still think I am a very nice person, but
Right, right.
I feel like I
I'm
was so
I'm sure you
changed
are.
by the pandemic in 2020 when,
Okay.
everything was shut down. Nurses were completely overworked. I watched, and I hope this is not too much, but I
No, go ahead.
zipped so many body bags and cried with
It was
so many patients that couldn't have their families there, and then just the way that, like, even in public that nurses was treated, like if they,
right.
cause this is a small town, I walked in, they knew I worked the COVID unit because nobody else wanted to step up and do it at the hospital, and I'm like,
Right.
well, these people need
It was
care, so
terrible.
we took an oath. So
Yeah,
I just feel like
absolutely.
that constant beating of just the whole pandemic is what made my heel character.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
terrible. We all lost
Yeah.
people during
Yeah.
that. I lost people. I'm sure you lost people.
Hmm.
It was just a tough time for wrestling in general as well. I mean, you had obviously your big promotions doing their thing in their respective places that they rented, but like all the little guys, they had to shut down,
Yeah.
and probably some just went under because of it and never came
Yeah.
back. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see the pain that you went through.
Hmm.
Also, being in the front line in the beginning, there was no vaccine,
No.
so and there was no like we didn't know a lot. So you're risking your life doing this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Me,
It was.
as deemed as an essential worker at the time, I was risking my life too, and I'm asthmatic, so I'm like doubly worried.
Oh
So
yes.
I had a little panic attack. I'm not gonna lie. My boss had to calm me down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I was actually talking to my coworker today, and we were talking about, when we got the first case at the hospital that we both used to work at,
Mhm.
how just everybody started breaking down and crying because we knew it was the beginning of something terrible, and it absolutely was.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
mhm.
Okay. Now that you came, I think we have a comment. Now that you came back, thank you to all the nurses out there for everything you went through. Thank you, Serena.
Yes, thank you. I do it, and the thing is I do it over again.
Yeah, me too. Well, I won't have a choice. I have to go.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not like you can stay home if you want. It wasn't
I
that. It
can
was like,
zoom in now since I'm a teacher, but if they need help on the front lines, I'm gonna mask and glove up, and I'm going to
yeah,
get at it
definitely.
again.
I would do the same thing. I put my mask on, and I always wear gloves. So, absolutely. Me too. Me too. All right. Let's talk about some goals you have for 2023.
2023, I want to hopefully start getting looked at by bigger promotions, start reaching out to bigger promotions,
Mhm.
sending my stuff, and then also just getting more well rounded in the ring, like as well rounded as I can possibly be.
Right. Okay. Now, how important is it for you to cut a good promo? Because I don't see
I,
that a lot nowadays.
that's true. Promos are definitely something that, I thought I was like, oh, I'll be a natural at this. And then I
Mhm.
get there and I'm like, wait, this is harder than what it seems. So, like, my trainer, like, he'll just be walking up, he's like, cut me a promo. So it's really
Right.
got me to think on my feet. Like, if you give me like 5 minutes, I'll get you a great promo. It's
5
that on,
minutes?
yes, it's that on the
All right, hold
spot.
on.
I'm like, oh
All right,
gosh.
you got 5 minutes. So, in 5 minutes into this conversation, you have to cut a promo against somebody, anybody. It could be anybody. All right,
Okay.
we'll set the clock up. It's 8:27. So at 8:33, you'll cut your promo, and we'll close out the show with the promo.
Okay.
But anyway, keep going with your goals.
Um, and I want to get even in the gym. I want to get stronger. I want to get faster. Um, and then of course just increase my wrestling IQ.
Okay. What do you feel you need to still accomplish or learn as far as wrestling is concerned, like your craft?
Um, In the ring, I have really just recently come around to really good communication in the ring. I don't know, I was a little timid before and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but now I feel like I have, a good grip on communication and
Okay.
leading matches. So that's been wonderful, but that's still an aspect that I'm like, hey, in the moment, I feel like there's a couple of things that I can do different. And with each match, I'll recognize it, but then I'm like, man, I just want to be
Mhm.
like, oh, hey, I covered that or I fixed that. So I want to get just better at that. Closing gaps is what my trainer would say.
Okay. All right. Do you go back and rewatch some of your matches to see how you can change, do something different, or maybe this worked better than this worked?
Yeah, for sure. I am my hardest critique. Like
Gotcha.
everything will look bad to me. And I'll send it to my
Okay.
trainer and he's like, well, it's, you did this good, but work on this. And I'm like, oh, so the whole thing's not bad.
What has been the most critique that you've had of yourself in a match that you look back like? What do you think that really sticks out to you that you're like, wow, this is what I should have done better with this part of the match?
It was like movement.
Okay.
I was kind of overselling instead of being quicker to the punch. And I'm like, wow, like, Micah, get your butt up. Like, I'm
Right.
literally screaming at the screen. I'm like, get up. Like, it
Uh,
would look so much better if you just feed around. So I constantly kick myself for that.
gotcha,
But
gotcha.
I'm like, this would have looked better this way. I should have sold this way. So I have a huge notebook full of notes on myself. And then, of course, I take notes of, other matches I watch and tape study.
Okay, let's go back into some opponents, right? As far as we talked about some independents that you might want to wrestle, and
Mhm.
you mentioned when we talked about AEW, Britt Baker and stuff. What about in WWE? Who would you like to have a match with in WWE
Mm,
if you had the options?
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Now you'd have to be a baby face.
Yes. And I would love that. I was a huge fan of her NXT work.
Right.
I think she had some incredible
Me too.
matches with Sasha Banks.
Hmm.
So that's what really drew me to her. I'm like, wow, she can go. Like, she's super talented.
Right. Her and all the four horsewomen, as they're called, Charlotte, Becky, they were like all like wrestling each other in those NXT days, and
Mhm.
they put on some main caliber type matches that you could say, "Hey, this could be a WrestleMania moment." Like it was
Yes.
just like those type of caliber matches. I remember they were out here in Brooklyn, Bailey and Sasha, and they tore the house down,
Oh, yeah.
tore it down. Oh, we're getting close to your promo there. But yeah, they tore the house down, and I'm like, dude, this is like they're taking it to the next level that we haven't seen on television before. Truly groundbreakers. Do you want to consider yourself to one day be one like that type of wrestler, that a groundbreaker type?
Yes, for sure. I just look at them and I see, all what they've done for women wrestlers. Because, I mean, before, when I was growing up, women would get 2 to 3 minutes in there, if that, curtain
Right.
to curtain six. And to see these girls, like, what they can do, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Like, they can go just
Right.
even better than the guys. And the fact they get to
Absolutely.
display that now is just, it's absolutely wonderful.
Absolutely. I mean, now, like you said in the past, women's match came on, you're like, all right, I'll go get a snack or do this, do that. Now it's like you're glued to the seat because like it's like you said, just as good as the men, if not better.
Yes.
Better than the men's matches, some of them. And you're like, wait, I stuck around for this guy's match. I could have been watching Sasha and Bailey tear it up in the ring instead.
Oh yeah, and
You
I
know
go
what I'm
back and
saying?
watch their NXT stuff all the time. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is like the 100th time I've watched it, but I'll watch it again.
Hey man, when you rewatch and rewatch, you pick up certain things and you're like, wow, okay, maybe I could do this, I could do that. Like it's the same
Mhm.
thing like with me as far as podcasting. Like I'll go look at another podcast and I'm like, man, I could do something like that. Or I mean, not the exact same thing because I want to be different and unique, but I could be like, man, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, okay, so you get it. All right, we're at promo time.
Oh, is it promo time?
It's promo time. You ready?
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, all right. I'm the undeniable Nurse Mika. And this Wednesday night on AEW, I have a match with Dr. Britt Baker. And I am sick of taking doctor's orders. So this Wednesday night, it's over. Dr. Britt Baker, you're going to be taking orders from the nurse. I'll see you on Wednesday.
All right. Okay, that was good. I'm like, man, that's right. Nurse, doctor. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, good. Oh,
That was a little on the fly too, because when we were talking, it was like in the back of my head.
as you were talking, yeah. You know what? I'm in the back of my head. I'm looking. I'm like, all right, is it time? Is it almost time? But yeah, I see that. So plug away some of your future appearances and all your socials where everybody can follow you.
Okay. I am on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's _ at Nurse Mika. My Facebook page is Nurse Mika. And I'm working on a YouTube page, and it'll be under Nurse Mika too. So hopefully get some matches and stuff uploaded there, and just kind of have a little place where you can go and view all my matches.
Definitely let me know so I could share and do all that stuff for you. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. As for me, I got some stuff coming up too. I promised an announcement for next week's guest. Mm-hmm. They're starting their own company up here in the New York, New Jersey area. It's called Wrestling Is Now. That is a brand new company starting up, and actually their first show is next week. But on Monday at 7:30, I'm gonna have the actual co-owners of the show, of the promotion, the SATs. They are coming on Monday at 7:30. See that?
I love the name.
They had a little beef with AEW, so I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk about gimmick infringement on that one.
Oh gosh.
Serena says that was good. I liked it. Good job.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome, Serena. Thank you very much. All right, what else we got going on? We got this going on upcoming in June. Nurse Mika. We're gonna have this guest on. Hopefully, you could wrestle her one day. You ready?
Yeah.
The one and only Billy Starks is coming on the podcast in June.
She's awesome. She's doing so well right now. Like
she's doing amazing. She's 18 years old in high school, finishing up. She was just in Japan. She was on Dark. She's on Honor Club this week and Ring of Honor. She's everywhere.
Yes. She's just everywhere. And it's so wonderful to see too. Like, I love it. I'm like, yep. Girls from the indies getting out there and getting a name, it's incredible. Because I'd heard of her when I had first started getting matches and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then she just went, from just being indies to wow. Like, she's on AEW almost every week. Yeah.
Almost every week. I have a feeling once she finishes school, she's in there.
Oh, yeah. I was like, it won't be long. I saw her graphic with Tony Storm. I was like, yeah, it ain't going to be long for her, which is incredible.
It's not going to be long at all. Not at all. I mean, I might be one of the last podcasts she do before she goes to AEW.
Yeah, that's true.
Also out now for me is, since, I want to have some similar. We talked about some different, right? All right. So we have out now Vlog Interaction featuring the 23/6 YouTube Heavyweight Championship, the most coveted title on all of YouTube. Handcrafted by Bushmen in the outbacks of Australia. True story, Nurse Mika. True story. There is a new champion. His name is Brandon Denker. And we're going to get a word with him at the next Vlog Interaction. Will be coming up sometime at late April. But as for now, check out the newest Vlog Interaction where not only is there a new champion crown, but I get to talk to many of the wrestlers up here, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Part of oh, you should see it. It's funny stuff.
Yeah.
Part of this promotion right here. I don't know if you ever heard of us. VictoryProWrestling.com. That is my home company promotion.
Okay, I have to get up north. I have to,
Yeah. We'll talk about it in a minute, all right?
Yeah, I have to get up north.
I'll bring you up to speed. All right, so we got the Blood, Sweat, Tears anniversary show. We got our women's champion, Valentina Vasquez, up there. We got our New York State champion in the bottom, Desmond Cole, who's red hot right now.
Oh, yeah.
He might get picked up, too. Who knows? Mm-hmm. He's red hot all over the Northeast. We have a lot of great shows. Make sure you go, a lot of great wrestlers. Make sure you go to VictoryProWrestling.com to get your tickets. Tickets are going fast. Plus, you can go to VictoryProWrestling.com and sponsor a wrestler, whether they're on this page or not. Anybody who's at the VPW locker room or maybe suggest some new wrestlers coming through. Maybe a nurse or two. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, go to Victory Pro Wrestling. I mean, yeah, you got to come to the Northeast. There's a lot of good stuff up here.
Yes, for sure. That's definitely one of my goals. Like, I need to get traveling all over.
Definitely look into Wrestling Is Now.
Yes.
And up here at Victory Pro Wrestling, look them up, look up their stuff. And another promotion I'm gonna spurt out for you, but I don't think I have a graphic for them. I do not have a graphic for them. But anyway, Creator Pro Wrestling is another one, and NYWC. Those are the Long Island promotions are out here, as well as Remarkable Wrestling. So we got a lot of promotions out here.
Okay.
Look into it, please.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you need, our assistance, Serena can send you all the info.
Yes, I would appreciate that.
Right, Serena? Hello, Ryan. Hey, they could even sponsor this. Yeah, that's right. They could sponsor Nurse Mika. You never know. Never know. Get her up here in New York. She's just a quick plane ride away.
Yep.
I don't know if it's quick, but it might not be quick.
It's actually not a terrible drive. It's
really?
I think around 12 to 14 hours. So.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
Half a day you come up here, do your thing, do a little like Nurse Mika tour, and then head back home.
Yep.
Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. I appreciate you coming on.
Having me.
Thank you. Up next for me, I hope I have this graphic. Nurse, I'm really way behind over here. No, that's you. That is the Ballad of G and Frankie. Make sure you check out that wrestling docudrama. That's very important. I think I lost the graphic. Oh no, I'm a bad host, man. All right, but up next will be Karen Bam Bam. We will be talking about the Victory Pro Wrestling anniversary show, as well as her time at VPW and all of that good stuff. Nurse, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Everybody else, thank you for being in the chat and watching this broadcast. Nurse Mika, hold on for a second as we go off the air. Everybody else, stay tuned for the next episode, 9 o'clock.